The urban legends of Japan often carry a chilling depth, weaving together the strange and the terrifying. Among the most unsettling is the story of Kuchisake-onna, the slit-mouthed woman. For Kenji, that legend wasn't just a tale passed around, at school, or whispered about in hushed tones. It became horrifyingly real one late night, leaving him forever haunted and uncovering the dark origins behind the masked figure. Kenji was on his way home after a long evening, taking his usual shortcut through a quiet neighborhood. The streets were nearly deserted, save for the distant hum of traffic and the soft flicker of a failing streetlight. As he turned a familiar corner, he noticed a figure standing still under the dim glow, a woman wearing a beige coat and a surgical mask, facing slightly away from him. He slowed his pace. Something felt off. The woman stood too still, her posture unnaturally rigid, as if waiting for something, or someone. It's said that Kuchisake-onna often appears this way, dressed in ordinary clothes, her disfigurement hidden behind a mask. Legends warn that she targets those walking alone at night, particularly in quiet or empty areas. As Kenji hesitated, she slowly turned her head and locked eyes with him. Then came the dreaded question. Sumimasen, watashi, kirei. Excuse me, am I beautiful? Kenji froze. He had heard the stories, read them online, even laughed them off with friends. But now, with this eerie woman standing before him, the legend didn't seem like just a myth anymore. According to folklore, Kuchisake-onna was once a stunningly beautiful woman. Some say she was married to a samurai. Others believe she was his mistress. Her beauty drew admiration, but also jealousy. In a fit of rage or suspicion, her lover attacked her, slicing her mouth from ear to ear. Her screams echoed through the night, but no one came to save her. Her final words, it said, were a desperate question. Am I still beautiful? Since then, her vengeful spirit is believed to roam the streets after dark, particularly during twilight or on misty evenings. She approaches lone pedestrians, her face concealed, and asks that same haunting question. If you answer no, she's said to attack instantly with a pair of sharp scissors she carries, a reflection of the instrument that disfigured her. But if you say yes, she removes her mask, revealing the mutilated smile beneath, and asks again, core demo? How about now? In most versions of the legend, a second yes results in a gruesome fate. She uses her scissors to carve your face to resemble hers. If you run, she may chase you. If you scream, she becomes faster. And if you freeze, you're already too late. Kenji's heart pounded. The woman in front of him tilted her head and slowly pulled her mask down. Her mouth was stretched in a grotesque grin, the skin jagged and scarred from ear to ear. Kirei. He remembered enough of the legend to know that both yes and no could mean death. Desperately trying to remain calm, he stammered, "You're all right." There's a lesser-known version of the tale that says, an uncertain or confusing response might buy you time or even confuse the spirit. Maybe it makes her question herself. Maybe it reminds her of who she once was. For a moment, the woman didn't move. Then, without a word, she turned away. Kenji didn't wait. He bolted down the street, never daring to look back. He didn't stop running until he reached the lights of a busier area, surrounded by people. But the image, that awful smile, the glint of the scissors, the echo of her voice, stayed with him. He had come face to face with a centuries-old nightmare and lived to tell the tale. Have you heard the full story of Kuchisake-onna? What would you say if she asked you that question? Share your thoughts in the comments below.